What is up, Bears fans? Welcome to the Bears Huddle podcast. Thank you so much for jumping on to another episode of this pod, guys. Please obviously smash that sub, ring that notification bell, and come and join the family as it grows. Right, look. We heard Ryan Poles talk in his press and media availability the other day about the fact that there are phone calls going back and forth. We heard all that. We heard about the fact that he thought it was going to be a wild one. We heard that he said that there could well be movement, which obviously got tongues wagging, speculation going, rumours going. And there has been a wash with rumours, hasn't there? There's been masses of rumours about the Bears trading down, the Bears trading up. Lots of talk about the Bears trading up to get Jeanty. That's been obviously the big talk going around. But very, very strong report tonight of the Bears looking to move up in the draft with a player in particular in mind. And I think we can only put two and two together and come up with Ashton Jeanty. So this is from Pat Leonard. Source NFL Insider says league sources text Chicago Bears looking to move up. Another league source, 6 teams ahead of the Bears at 10 are open to moving back. Who are those 6 teams? Well, rumour has it that the Jags are willing to move back for extra draft capital, that the Patriots are willing to move back. They're 2 of the teams that have been mentioned as possible trade partners. Also rumoured are the Carolina Panthers as well. They are... they have also strongly rumoured with the possibility of trading back for a bit of extra or better draft capital, shall we say. Look, this is a big news story. Now, obviously, to this point, there has been no any trades confirmed. There's been no picks traded to this point so far. No draft day, the movie carrying on. But certainly, this seems a very, very strong rumor. Now, it's been all over the media. It's been all over Bears fan media. It's been all over official NFL media. The Bears are very, very enamoured with Ashton Jeanty, and that Ryan Poles, Ben Johnson see Jeanty as a weapon who can come in and really help to revitalise the Bears offense and take the Bears offense to that next level. Can obviously take some of the pressure off Caleb Williams. Now, of course, the story is that, part of the kind of defence for this is the fact that the offensive line has, to all intents and purposes, been largely rebuilt. That's what people are saying, that basically we're 4/5 of the way there with Tooney, Jackson, Dalman and Darnell Wright. A lot of talk as well regarding the fact that the Bears, and obviously that Ben Johnson has come out and been, spoke very, very well about Braxton Jones, as has Dan Rauscher, the offensive line coach. So it's clear there's a little bit of faith in Braxton Jones coming from the coaching staff. And look, Braxton Jones was a 2nd round pick. It could be that with a new O-line coach, with a new head coach, he could flourish. I mean, he could do. You never know. I mean, miracles happen. But look, there we go. Anyway, so look, if that's the case, then the Bears may say that, look, we've done as much as we're going to do to the offensive line at this point. We're not going to commit any more to the offensive line, certainly with these high picks, and the fact that you could pick up sort of a Josh Conley in the 2nd round, or you could pick up a Irsay in the 3rd. Certainly gives the Bears another option there to bring someone else in for a bit of depth on that O-line, but certainly not a starter. It could be that, like I said, that they are going to go for this weapon, and that was obviously heavily rumoured by Courtney Cronin and others, that the Bears were looking to get a weapon with the first pick in the draft, in the 1st round, or the 10th pick as it was then. Obviously, Tyler Warren was heavily linked, not just Tyler Warren, but also Ashton Jeanty as well. Now, Jeanty is the standout running back in this draft. I mean, look, yes, Amarian Hampton is very, very good. Travion Henderson is. Quinshawn Judkins is. Jeanty obviously is described as being generational. I mean, he ran for over 2,000 yards. I mean, people obviously criticise Jeanty and the fact that, say, he's not as good as people are making him out to be, because he, the school he played for, the league he played in. But the situation is this, that Jeanty played in an offense that he was the only weapon they had. It literally was virtually every play, give the ball to Jeanty. So the defense pretty much knew every single play what was coming. Jeanty was going to run the ball, and they used to absolutely load the box. And I don't care who you are, or what league you're playing. If you're suddenly faced with a box where the box is absolutely loaded and you've got to try and get through it, you've got to be one hell of a player to beat all that packed box to get through and obviously run for over 2,000 yards, as Jeanty did. Jeanty's obviously as well very supremely confident in his own abilities, as was seen by that letter that he sent, and as was seen by the comments that he's made about, if you want someone who can beat a man, I'm your man. I think this is a certainly a revelation. I think it'd be interesting to get sort of Bears fans' take on this. The fact that it does seem the Bears are trying very, very hard to move up in the draft to get to Jeanty before anyone else does. I think the intention would be to get to 4 or 5, because if you do, then you're more likely to be able to get him, because the Raiders at 6 are likely to want him. The Saints have also been rumoured to have an interest in him as well. Now the question, of course, would be is what would the Bears have to give up to get Ashton Jeanty and to trade up to 4 or 5 in the draft? That is the big question. Now, sources indicate that they would obviously do a first round pick swap, that they would swap picks for, say, the Patriots at 4, and Patriots get 10, they get 4, or the Jags get 10, they get 5, and possibly package that with pick number 41. Obviously with the Bears picking at 39 and 41, that they would keep the 39th pick, but package it with the 41st pick. Now, some people are suggesting that it would be with the Patriots the 4th pick for the 10th and the 41st. Obviously, that means the Bears lose a pick. Some people have indicated that with the Jags, it could be the 5th pick for the 10th pick and the 41st, and in return they get a 4th rounder, which obviously the Bears haven't got at this moment in time. That would be the indication. Now, that would be certainly more favourable to me. I don't really want to be losing draft picks. I think, we do need to use all the draft picks we've got to really, get that talent, especially as, between sort of the 1 and 70, you do have some good players there, and I think the more you can get in that sort of range, and then perhaps in that 70 to 100 range as well, the better for the organisation. So it's an interesting one. I'm kind of split on this. I really am. I think there is a lot of other needs on the Bears roster at the moment. I think we do need an O-line. I think we do need a left tackle. For me, if Will Campbell's around, I'd rather have Will Campbell than Ashton Jeanty, but that's just me. Defensive line, I do think we can get second round. The only thing is that I would worry about losing that second pick. And as good as Ashton Jeanty is, and don't get me wrong, he is a very, very talented individual. Could you not stand pat at 10, say, get someone at 10 like like one of the offensive linemen or one of the edge rushers like James Pierce, and then take a defensive lineman and a running back in the second round? Is the drop off between, obviously I think Amarian Hampton's going to go later in the first, but is the fall off between, say, Travion Henderson or Quinshon Judkins and Ashton Jeanty that massive that it would be a huge step back? I don't really know. I think Jeanty is very much better than them, but is he that much better than them? It's a really interesting one, and obviously you've got to kind of trust Ryan Poles with this, that he makes the right decision. That Ryan Poles, that Ben Johnson and Ian, and Ian Cunningham make the right decision, that they get this decision right. But it does seem that the Bears are looking to trade up. They are looking to try and get ahead of the Raiders and the Saints to get their hands on Ashton Jeanty. He does seem to be the man they want. And like I said, there's various schools of thought on this. The big one obviously is that we trust Ben Johnson. This is a very Ben Johnson-y move. He did this with Jahmyr Gibbs. When he was with the Detroit Lions, they took Jahmyr Gibbs, a pick where they weren't expected to. It could be that is the situation again, that he's going to take trade up, get Ashton Jeanty, and it's going to be a bit of a surprise. That could be the issue. Or it genuinely could be that this is all smoke and mirrors and it could not be happening. The Bears could be looking to stand pat or even trade back. But it does seem that this is, like I said, this is multiple sources within the league and multiple sources with it, from the organisation kind of leaking this out, that there is the intention there to kind of trade up for Ashton Jeanty. I'd love to know your thoughts, guys. Please give me your thoughts in the comments down below. Obviously, guys, it's fantastic to have so many people support. We had some great comments so far from Bears fans all over the world, and obviously in particular from the Chicago area. Fantastic to hear from you. Look, we're here. We're going to be here forevermore now. We're going to build this channel up. We bring you daily videos. We're going to bring you we're going to start live podcasts soon. We'll start obviously have game streams during the season. Guys, it's going to be an absolute pleasure speaking to you obviously about the team we all love. Thank you for watching the Bears Huddle podcast. Please obviously smash that comment, like, and share on the video. And always, let's remember to bear down. See you later, Chicago.